we've been talking about the effect of the cost of living crisis at different levels, both public sector workers and private sector workers. So it's not a surprise that public sector pay claim has been made and is being advanced by the union.
Do you think it's affordable?
Well, what I was about to say is that it's against the backdrop, however, of the fact that we have been talking about a public finances crisis for many years, and we have been warning about the inability or unwillingness of the government to properly address that public finances crisis. And we've been saying, and we've been warning, that if you don't address the public finances crisis, it means that there's less money for people for wage rises. And the reality is that looking back over the last few years, our warnings have not been heeded. They weren't heeded before the last election. We've been talking about the same things now for several years. Roy Clinton in particular has been talking about these things at budget time, and we've been talking about it also at budget time and thereafter. And we went to the election in 2023. It's not that we are saying, just to correct slightly your intro, it's not that we're saying that there's a public finances now. We've been saying that there has been a public finances crisis for some time. We said during the election campaign that there was a public finances crisis that had to be fixed. It's not being fixed. When we went to the last budget in 2024, in July 2024, the themes are still there. The lack of control is there in the health authority and in other areas where there's budget overspend, and that is affecting normal workers and families because there's less money to go around for wage rises. And that ill discipline is at the fault and the door of the government.
So your position is, if you allow me to sort of paraphrase it a bit, that you think workers deserve better pay, but in order to be able to afford it, the government needs to run a tighter ship.
Absolutely. And that's a reality of the themes that we've been talking about, that there would be more money to go around. There would be more money to invest in public services, to improve public services in a better way, in a more defined way. If there wasn't waste and abuse, and if the government could control expenditure in the way that it says it will, when it has a budget, takes a budget to the House, keep to your budget and make sure that there's no waste and abuse. And one of the themes that I talked about in the New Year's message is precisely to control waste and abuse. Again, it's not new. We've been talking about it for many years. And again, it's not being heeded by the government. And again, it has an effect on the money in people's pocket and the ability to give pay rises.